Good morning and good afternoon or evening, depending on where you're joining us from. It is time for the last day of Global Hack Week. So for day 6 of Data Week, you have me, Cecilia. I am a coach at Major League Hacking, and last time you saw me, I was working on a puzzle. I finished it, so I guess now I'm reading another book. I'm really enjoying my post-event recovery. And so unfortunately, I haven't really been super available during today in Global Hack Week, but I know you all had some exciting things that you were working on. So as for yesterday, you voted on Ryan's hack, and it seems like it was actual Ryan, not totally not Ryan. We haven't seen him in a while, so maybe it's worth asking, like, where's TNR? Looks like you were doing a hackathon brainstormer and voting perhaps on what the best project idea is. Then you got to know all about production engineering. I know that this was a chance to ask fellowship questions, really make sure that, like, if you have been trying to get in, that this is an opportunity to. Amanda has been helping out, if not is in charge of fellowship stuff, I believe, but I know that she has been leading a couple QAs and panels for the last few Global Hack Weeks. So if you didn't get a chance to check that out, go ahead back to YouTube, watch that panel, get that edge that you need to get into the fellowship program. We've got a lot of folks who really love the program and what it's done for them. Then you got the student data dashboard up and running with Kari. These days, I know she's been super focused on helping out with the education side of technologies. So again, check out her stream if you're interested to see how are educators using technology, particularly when they are tech adjacent. Then you wrapped up the data structures and algorithms track with Gabriella. And I know she's also been doing this for a couple Global Hack Weeks, and it's particularly relevant as you probably are getting started in preparing for job interviews, whether it's this semester or next semester. There are wonderful resources, and again, you can always check those on YouTube to see what's been covered. Now, I know it was pretty short yesterday, but I'm hoping that you all were working on challenges or, going to class or getting some rest. But let's talk about what's happening today, because it is the last day and we have a pretty packed schedule. If you are ever wondering where the check-in links are, or you want to find out a little bit more, go ahead to our schedule page on the Global Hack Week page, so that way you can find out a little bit more and get all those resources. But for now, I'll give you a quick preview. You're going to kick it off with a way at 5 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 a.m. IST to work with RAGs on Gemini. And if you're not familiar with this is actually a very popular topic at hackathons in making your hackathon project that much better, rather than just throwing AI at the problem. So I highly recommend you check out Way's stream, whether live or as a recording. Then Gabriella is coming back to you with another data structures and algorithms part 2 in Python, and that'll be 7 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 a.m. IST. Then you've got Alberto, who's talking about building with Snowflake at 9 p.m. Eastern, at 7:30 a.m. IST. And Snowflake is a brand new partner here at Global Hack Week, and it's also a partner that comes to some of our MLH events. So if you're ever wondering how you can have the edge in a Snowflake category, definitely check out Alberto's stream. Then he's back to back at 11 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. IST to talk about MCP servers with MongoDB. So if you're familiar with MongoDB but wanting to use MCP servers, then definitely check out his stream. And if you're not familiar with MCP servers in general, it's definitely worth checking out Alberto's stream, because I'm sure he'll go over plenty of those concepts. And don't hesitate to ask him questions. He is fantastic at answering them and generally just a lovely person. And the thing that you may have been waiting for, this is our surprise. Join our community fireside chat tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. IST. Join the co-founders of MLH, Swift and John, so they can talk to the co-founders of Dev to announce how both teams are going to work together. This is a literally very recent acquisition. The teams have been working so hard to make this something that is wonderful for you, knowing that so many people use both of these resources. And now you have them all in one. So as you think about questions, or even if you just want to see, like, hey, what's it like to be around founders? Definitely join the community fireside chat tomorrow, right before we do our closing ceremony. And if you want to make sure that you get notice of that, here's actually the check-in link for tomorrow's community fireside chat. We would really love to see our hackers show up, because this is going to shape the future of how we interact together. This is going to change what we do and how we grow, not just at hackathons, but beyond them, and how we support our community. So we really, really encourage you to join that fireside chat. Come prepared with all sorts of questions. And it's okay if your questions change while listening to them. But definitely go ahead and sign up for that check-in. We really want to see what the engagement is going to be like because, again, we want to help figure out what the future is going to be, not just on their side, but how you might be interacting with them in the future. And like I said, it is right before our closing ceremony, but by doing so, I just had a question actually about the dev badge. So here is the link to get that. I have no idea what this is. It probably came up very, very recently. So probably in like the last 2 or 3 days, or it was an announcement that I may have missed while I was out at my event. But it seems like a couple of you in the chat know about it. So I'm going to go ahead and share that link. Make sure that you sign up so that way you can snag that sticker. And like I said, closing ceremony is wrapping up Data Week, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. IST. Not only will we talk about the highlight reels of what happened, maybe touch a little bit on that fireside chat, we're also going to be talking about what's coming up next for Global Hack Weeks. There's a couple of months ahead of us that I'm sure you might be excited about. And so I would highly recommend that you join us, seeing the week off, reminisce about all the wonderful things you've done this week, and have a good rest of your week after that. Remember that the last day to win swag is today. Going ahead and doing the featured challenges on our challenges page. There are about 5-minute challenges to do the featured challenges, so they can be done rather quickly as soon as, in fact, we're done with this session and right before you have Way coming up. And as a reminder, definitely go ahead and go to the GHW feedback form to help us make Global Hack Weeks even better. So definitely make sure that as you are going through a stream or as you realize that you really enjoyed something or that you're kind of missing something topically, whatever that feedback may be, we'd love to hear it. So definitely let us know through that feedback form. And I know there's a couple questions. I'll answer what I'm able to, but I think I actually already answered a couple of them. And of course, if you happen to know the answer and I'm not getting to it quickly enough or something, feel free to answer for me. Or if I'm still not able to answer it and chat doesn't have an answer, you're welcome to either open a support ticket on Discord or ask the community members on Discord because they can also help you out with that. And as a reminder, if you haven't checked in for this today in Global Hack Week, go ahead and check in there. The dev badge, I sent the link for that. I don't have a downloadable link for the Git instructions slides, unfortunately. Looks like folks are getting their email. Actually, there's no questions that I can really answer right now that I don't already have an answer for that I just did. Cool. Well, like I said, this is a very short today in Global Hack Week, but you have a very busy day ahead of you. Issues for the GitHub Copilot challenge resolved. Okay, so yes, sign up for the dev platform today. Get a dev sticker as part of your GHW swag. That's the answer to that. And I shared that link earlier, but I'll go ahead and display it again. Let me go find that. So if you haven't signed up for dev, go ahead and join in for that. And then for the GitHub Copilot challenges, let me go and take a quick glance. What do you mean? Let's see. It seems like it is resolved based on what chat is telling me. If you are still having issues with any challenges, absolutely make mention of it in the Discord. Or again, you can open a support ticket. There is a very likely chance that that would be the better course of action than asking me. All right. Once again, before I jump off then, I want to remind folks that if you sign up for the dev platform, like I just shared the link earlier, you can get some dev as part of your GHW swag. Remember, that's going to be at that mlh.link/dev sign up. And as you are thinking about tomorrow, you're going to want to join us for our community fireside chat tomorrow just before closing. And go ahead and ask all sorts of questions to our various founders who I know have lots of insight. Even if it's not about the community, maybe it's something about you wanting to be a founder yourself or you're considering a startup. I think it's definitely worth getting some feedback through that as well. And yeah. Wonderful. With that, I'm going to go ahead and jump off. Again, you are welcome to ask questions in the Discord, open support tickets if this was not an answer that you were looking for. And all the best as you continue on and wrap up your challenges for today. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, not only at the community fireside chat, but also at closing ceremony. Thanks so much, everyone.